give us a little bit of insight what it takes to be a high level athlete and be a D1 player and possible professional prospect. So, Dev, thank you for doing this. Appreciate
it. No worries. I'm happy to be on here.
I don't remember you having the mustache going last time I saw you, but is that you had a school?
Quarantine beard. Quarantine beard.
I went to Jesuit school too, man. They didn't mess around with the mustaches. I don't know about modern day, but I got so many detentions for a mustache. Same here. I had baby fuzz too. I didn't even have a mustache. So I just, just watching you play and knowing you growing up, I just had a couple stories I remember that kind of, for me, capture who you are as a person, but also just as an athlete. And like the first one I've told you 100 times, probably both of them. He was at the skate park. You're probably like 8 years old, and you're riding around the skate park, and a teenage boy like cuts you off. He must have been like 16. Could have been 16 to 18. And you literally like walked up to him with your skateboard, threw it at him, and yelled at him a couple expletives, and said, "You cut me off."
Yeah, I remember that. That was just like the competitiveness in me. Like, it's my turn. No one's getting in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, you play like, I mean, you have way more control and composure of your emotions, of course, now because you're an adult. Well, you're a young adult, and you're not you're not 8 years old. But you definitely play like that. You play with a high level of competitive spirit and fearlessness. Yes, but then the other story Frankie gave me permission to use.
I remember this one.
And it's saying, Frankie must have been 17 or 18, and you're saying maybe you were between 7 to maybe 9, and Frankie was like tickling BJ and messing with BJ on the sofa, and you were kind of just stewing in the corner. I don't think anybody really knew what was going on in your head. BJ's yelling, "Stop, leave me alone." And you sprinted over to Frankie and slapped him across the face. Probably harder than I think Frankie's ever been hit in his face, and you were like 8.
Man, I remember that. Man, my bad, Frankie.
What was going on in your head? What was like?
That was just I'm always gonna have my brother's back, like no matter what. But now looking back at it, I was just young and just like overprotective when it was just all messing around and fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, like I said, it captures in a sense a lot of your personality.
Yeah.
You guys got a strong family bond, and then also you guys are all competitors and athletes, especially your dad. Sometimes your dad goes, that's probably where you get it from. Your dad goes a little crazy sometimes. Well, he used to. Maybe he's calmed down a little bit, but I remember playing basketball and soccer with him.
Man, I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah. When your dad got competitive, he got competitive.
Man, because he, like, growing up, he pushed me, like, we were just, like, at the park shooting. He'd be, like, trying to beat me in all the competitions, and it would just be, like, I'm going to win one day. I'm going to get him. And that just, like, pushed me to be competitive, like, competing against, like, a father figure that's, like, if you can compete against someone like him, you can compete against anyone.
Yeah, your dad's definitely got that bug. And my dad did the same thing for me. He never let me win at anything. He said, your turn will come. When you beat me, because you're going to be better than me, but I ain't just going to let you win.
That's facts.
I think it helped. And you grew up in Sac.
Yep.
And do you miss Sac?
I do. I really do. Just like, because I lived there since till I was like 14, and that's a lot of years. Like, that's like second year and teen years, and my friends out there, just like the bonds I made, relationships I made out there, like they all stayed back in Sac, and I left. And just every time I go back there, it's just like it's somewhere where I feel like I'm at home because I grew up there and I know the ins and outs of Sacramento.
Well, there's definitely, especially the community or group that you were with, there was a strong sense of family and community with like everybody. I mean,
Everyone, yep.
Jace's family, and then some of the other families that I met that you guys knew. What really amazed me was the level of athletic talent and competitiveness that was out there.
Man,
I mean, you had so many kids in your house that ended up being high level athletes.
Yeah.
One of them is playing for the 49ers right now, right?
Yeah, Kello Weatherspoon, and man, just like he played with BJ, and his dad knows my dad really well, and you met his dad, and man, just like I feel like we're just all like super competitive, and that's what really made us work harder.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to even think about. I mean, what are the chances of somebody being a high level professional athlete, and then what are the chances of so many people coming from one area? I mean, I've heard so many stories of players coming out of SAC that you guys know is just kind of mind boggling.
It's slim. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's you don't really hear that too much, but I guess when everyone's like you said, really competitive and high like athletes that love to play their sports and do what they do, and even when we're together, we compete and with whatever. It just like brings the best out of everyone and pushes everyone to be great.
Yeah, you actually, what I remember, I mean, you everybody in your family is pretty talented at sports. I think Jordy might be the best one. He's coming. Yeah, that kid.
I know it. He's gonna be the best one. Him, Chem, and Barras are gonna be the best one in our family. I kid you not. They got so many people to look up to. They're gonna be, man, tough to handle.
Yeah, they got a long road ahead of them, but I hope they all do. I say it half jokingly about all of them, and I agree. I mean, they got a lot of future in front of them. You put in the work, which I've seen. I've kind of, your dad's done it, and I've done it, and it's a long grind because it's not easy doing the same thing over and over and over again every day.
Yeah.
You were big time at football.
Yeah.
I mean, you were young, but I mean, you were legit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. I miss football kind of.
What was the turning point? Why stop football? Because I thought that football was your thing. I remember BJ was doing basketball, but it seemed like football was your thing.
It was like, just like, the turning point was probably just the summers. And this might sound a little wimpy, but I was young at the time, and it got so hot in Sacramento. Like during the summer, it got super hot. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And I was good at basketball as well, but I was like, yeah, it's air conditioning inside on the court. I'm good. I can stand here all day.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't take getting hit. I could hit someone in soccer, but I got hit once by someone probably weighed 130 pounds, and I thought I was dying. I was like, I am not playing this sport. I'll play touch.
Man.
I'll play catch, but I am not playing tackle football.
Man.
I know. I mean, you kind of look for tackles. I remember sometimes. I think I remember the games, coach getting mad that you were running because he didn't want you to get hit. You were the QB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, but you also played a little soccer.
I did.
And how? It wasn't something that really caught your attention, though, huh?
Nah, I mean, soccer was more of my older brother's thing, BJ.
Yeah, he was legit.
I just remember the first time I played soccer, I was a little stocky kid, a little big chubby kid, and I ran through someone so hard. And I remember one of the parents was like, he can't play out here. And then like ever since then, I was like scared to go back out there. And I was just like, I gotta find a more physical sport. I mean, soccer's physical, but at that young of age, it's like more like when I was like a little like 6-year-old. So at that young of an age, it was more like, but yeah.
Okay, I guess that's part of your set. I remember one time, another story. I can't remember whose birthday it was. We were like at a petting farm in Sacramento, which was like a legit farm, but there was animals you could pet.
Oh, wait.
There's some baby goats.
Yeah.
And one of the goats ran up and hit a baby goat with his horns. And then you ran off screaming, "Ah, Mom!" And I thought, what? Did the goat hit Devin? And your mom was like, "Oh no, he just doesn't like when animals get hurt."
Man, I love animals.
Yeah, but that's kind of, I guess, your sensitive side. You're saying, yeah, you didn't want to be on the field running over these kids, even though that's how you play, and parents getting upset.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, there's always like, I care for living things, and I got a caring side when it comes to like family, especially animals. I mean, yeah. And then like when I was younger and I ran over that kid in soccer, I felt bad. I was like, oh, I did something wrong here. I thought I hurt the kid.
What how does the skills that you developed as quarterback and maybe playing soccer, how does that help you as a point guard?
Just probably like seeing the court and the way you have to survey everything. Like when you go as a quarterback, you go left to right, or it might be right to left, I forgot. But like you survey the field, and as a point guard, you got to survey the whole court, but faster, and like transitions and like just like soccer when you're like on a transition break, like, and you're trying to move the ball up the field. You got to see cutters, you got to see screens coming, you got to see Xing cuts, and playing football helped me see that. And also the physical side of football helped me be more physical in basketball to take like the contact hits and all that stuff.
Because when you play, you definitely have a very good sense of the court, and your court vision is strong.
Yeah.
When you're playing, are you? It doesn't look like you're surveying the court, like moving your head around. Are you using your peripheral vision? And
yeah, peripheral. That, and just seeing defenders, where the defenders are, and having trust in my teammates to be in the open spot when we practice that, and they'll get there because that's the open spot. And if they want shots, that's where the shot is. And just communication with them too. So it's not always looking at them surveying like with your head. It's just peripheral and seeing the defenders where they are.
And like, even like the repetition, like you're saying, that practice, you're getting the physical and mental reps, and then you see the spot, and you know that someone's supposed to be there. You see them possibly out of your peripheral getting to the spot, and then in a sense you can almost stay like a step ahead, because it's, a lot of the passes that you make, you make it look easy, but you are definitely thinking like 1 or 2 steps ahead when you're playing.
For sure.
I was guessing, soccer and football maybe have helped develop that ability, but you definitely have that gift. And then when you were, was it 14? Is that when you moved down to SoCal?
Yeah, that's when we moved down to SoCal.
And that's
my God, my phone's about to die.
Oh.
What? Hey Jordan, can I use your phone? My phone. Where's BJ's phone? Man. It's at 1%. I'll just finish it out.
Okay. Yeah, if it dies and you can get back on, that would be cool. So
yeah.
Was this through so you played for Why Not, right? And were you playing for Why Not? Were you playing for Team Why Not when you were 14, 15?
No, I recently started playing with them my 10th grade year. That was like my first year playing with them. And that was one of the best experiences that I've experienced in a while. through basketball.
Team Why Not, is that what Russell Westbrook's team or club?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I thought. And
Yes, sir.
So how was the connection to modern day? I know BJ was down there.
Yeah.
But so was it they saw BJ, then they saw you, or what was the connection there with modern day?
They saw both of us. They recruited, not recruited because you can't do that, but they saw BJ at La Mirada High School, and then they knew he had a younger brother, which was me, and they're like, that's a perfect package to bring in to help at the point guard position. And honestly, I learned a lot from BJ watching his years at La Mirada, and even at Modern Day, he helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, your family's a talented family as far as athleticism. So I know I had an older brother who was similar. Like Kimtai was just BJ's calm. Kimtai's crazy, but without my brother's craziness and drive and competitive spirit, I don't know if I would have achieved what I achieved as a player.
Yeah.
And what I know this just because I've been with you. So what's a typical day for you? Because when I've been with you, it's school and basketball, or just basketball.
Typical day for me right now is school and basketball, the same thing. Just knocking out my classes, making sure I'm on top of that, and just trying to finish out the school year strong every morning. Get it out the way so I don't have to deal with it later on in the day, and can just focus on training and relaxing with my brothers. But then probably I say like around 12, I'll be done with my homework if I wake up at like 9. And then I'll go to the gym and I'll do a little weight training, speed and agility training with my trainer, knock that out, and then go do some basketball shooting for like another hour.
Yeah, because it seems like you do maybe, I don't know, 2 to 4 hours of shooting a day, and then do some some footwork. I mean, the guy that you train with, what's the name? Paul J. Fabrice. I mean, he's legit. I mean, he's NBA, top athlete, trainer. Yeah, and I did a little research on him too, and he really knows what he's talking about, and he provides a good training.
Yes, sir.
How's that helped you with your explosiveness, your agility, maybe even injury prevention?
Exactly. Injury prevention, getting faster, my fast twitch, my acceleration, and even jumping higher. He's helped with it all.
Yeah, it's an all-encompassing process when you're trying to be a D1 athlete or a professional athlete. So I guess it looks like Devin's phone is cut off. Hopefully he can try to get back on. Let me send him a text and let him know. Hopefully try to get back on ASAP. But Devin, I've known Devin since he was born. He's a kid that puts in literally anywhere from, let's say, 4 to 6 hours a day for basketball, and another 4 to 8 hours a day for school, whatever he needs to do to make sure that he maintains his grades. He's got 3.8 GPA. He's the number 1 recruit for Kentucky for the fall to be their starting point guard. They're talking about him being a one and done. I keep my fingers crossed. I really hope that happens. He deserves it. He works hard. Yeah, he's definitely a talented basketball player. One and done is very competitive. Is a very competitive status to have, and so you need a little bit of luck, and you need a lot of hard work. I think he's going to continue on the same path that he's on. Like I said, he puts in hours and hours a day. Soccer, basketball, school, doesn't get pulled into the social pressures of partying. Hangs out with his family. Does have a girlfriend. Sorry, ladies, anybody who is interested. But he does what it takes to play at that highest level. Kentucky is one of the top programs in the country, and to even be considered there, let alone get a scholarship, you have to put in a huge amount of time towards your schooling and towards your sport. Um, he's constantly watching games, learning, trying to improve. He has a drive that it would be nice for a lot of young athletes to see, or possibly even just try to emulate, because uh, it's theoretically not that hard to get to college and play. You just have to make sure that you maintain your grades. You have to make sure that you're putting in 2 to 4 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week. But the practicality of doing that is tough. I understand when you're going through high school, you have social issues, maybe you have family issues, maybe you just have your own personal issues, whatever you could be on your mind, that could distract you from um, um, trying to achieve that goal. But sticking to a plan, creating a regiment, creating some micro goals to reach your macro goals, that's how you do it. And the biggest issue that I know that players deal with when they start on that path is the repetition is not dynamic. It's not something that is super stimulating mentally. What is stimulating about the process is making sure that you can maintain your focus, consistently doing your dribbling so that it's perfect, consistently shooting your free throws so that you can make 10 out of 10 every single time, consistently shooting your 3-pointer so that you can make, 70-80% of your 3-pointers when you're just practicing, so that when you're in the game, you can make 30% of your shots. And it's tough to maintain that. It's tough to really keep the drive to want to do the same thing over and over again when you did it yesterday and the day before. The rate that you get better, it's tiny, but that's the way. You have to get a little bit better every day, a little bit better every day. It's the only way that you can actually achieve that high level of competition. Once you get into D1 professional sports, everybody's good, and your ability to focus and execute quickly, with composure and consistently, it's going to stem back to the training that you put in, the mental fortitude and focus that you've developed. And again, Devin, part of the reason why we had Devin on was because we wanted, the kids to be able to see just a regular kid who looks like he's on his path to the NBA and, doing well, but also just to hear his story about, I'm just a regular kid. I played multiple sports. I played soccer, basketball. I decided, about 12 years old, 13 years old, I wanted to play basketball. And, he committed himself to getting better, and he's on a path now where he's got a D1 scholarship, and there's talk of him going to the NBA. I'm not saying that all soccer players need to have that mindset, but it really is. It's a healthy mindset to have that. It can translate over into other areas of your life. Just try not to get distracted by, by the pressures of hanging out with friends, or partying, or doing things that they're okay to do as a release, but you don't want to do them on a regular basis. On a regular basis, what you want to do is commit yourself to your goals. Doesn't matter if it's school, soccer, tennis, chess, music. Commit yourself to your goals. Try to get a little bit better every single day, and make sure that you're putting in the amount of time that you need to put in, so that you're doing well in school. I'm not sure Devin's dad or hasn't responded. I'm not sure he's going to be able to jump on. May need. Okay. Do you know how he feels about playing with Jaylin Green? Well, he definitely he's played with Jaylin Green quite a bit. They're good friends. He's happy for him. I'm not sure if going to G League was an option for Devin. I know his mom definitely probably would have wanted him to go to school if it was only going to be for a year. He's in an environment where he knows a lot of these guys, and they're really friendly with one another. It's pretty amazing to see. I went down to Mater Dei to watch him play in a few games, and there's NBA prospects all over the place. There's actual ex-NBA players there. There's scouts there. There's D1 coaches, and the environment is it's pretty interesting. Soccer's not on that level yet, which kind of makes sense. But I'm convinced that in the U.S., if you're an NBA level talent, they're going to find you, which is not the case in soccer. There's so many kids that fall through the cracks that have amazing ability and have a lot of potential, but they just kind of fall through the cracks because there's nobody with with connections or a good strong soccer mind to help that individual progress at a higher level. See if there's any more questions. No. Let me try that one more time. Yeah, it's got a text from Young. Yeah, if his dad doesn't respond, we're just gonna wrap it up. Sorry, guys. Still wanted to talk about his influence of his mom and dad, and the excitement of playing Kentucky. But looks like they don't have a connection with the phone. All right, sorry. We're gonna call this one early. We'll wrap it up. Thanks for whoever checked in. Thanks for watching, and maybe one day we'll be able to do this again when Dev's at Kentucky, or maybe when he's in the NBA. All right.